Hey there, Improv Tipsters. Welcome back to Improv Tips, where I and some of the best improvisers in the world give you improv tips and advice to make you a better, more confident, and happier improviser wherever you are on your improv journey. I am, as always, your host, Paul Vaillancourt. Let's begin. Today's guest tipper is Matt Besser. Say no more. If you know anything about improv, then you might know Matt as one of the UCB4, one of the founders of the UCB Theater. He is also one of the creators and actors in the UCB TV show, the Upright Citizens Brigade television show, which is a delight in itself. He is now the host of Improv for Humans, an improvised comedy podcast, which I was happy to do an episode of a little while ago. Ding ding, the link down below in the description there. He has done a million things as an actor and a writer and director. Check all those out on his IMDb page. I also want to sort of talk about my personal connection to Matt. I've known Matt, as I said, years and years, since back in our old IO Chicago days, years and years ago. He was teaching a class that was a combination of the deconstruction and the improvised movie, the deconstruction and the improvised movie. And I took this class, and this is where I first came into contact with the improvised movie. And I thought it was just fantastic. I thought, man, I found my home. And if you know anything about me, you know that I've done the improvised movie years and years on a bunch of different teams, and now as a solo show called Man vs. Movie. Ding ding. There's a link to some of those episodes right there. You can check that out. And when Matt went on to New York to found the UCB Theater with the rest of the guys, and then I inherited that class, and I was like, oh my gosh, I and I also got to sit in with Matt and his improv team, The Family, which was at the time and possibly for all times one of the best improv teams around. It was a powerhouse of people. It was Matt, one of the UCB4. It was Ian Roberts, one of the UCB4. It was Adam McKay, Academy Award-winning director. It was Ding Ding Ali Farinakian, one of the founders of the Pitt Theater. It was Ding Ding Neil Flynn, star of screen and television. You may have seen him in Scrubs or The Middle or a million other things. Ding Ding Pete Holney, a fantastic improviser. Miles Ding Ding, the founder of the Miles Stroth Workshop that then became the Pack Theater here in Los Angeles. Just, oh my gosh, just wall-to-wall talent, all under the direction of Del Close. It was a joy to behold. I should say that Matt hasn't given up his teaching credentials, so to speak. He's teaching classes on right now online for the UCB Theater. Ding ding, check out that link down below. Now, before we get to the tip though, let me just say, if you're enjoying the improv tips, please consider subscribing so you get the tips as they come out. Also, please consider giving this video a like and commenting down below with what is your biggest takeaway from this improv tip. Matt's tip today is about grounding, and I think it's really going to help two different kinds of people. It's going to help everybody, but I think two different kinds of people especially. One is the player that likes to play way bigger and is always going to know pull it back or put some structure under it. They're going to get something great out of this tip. And also the player that plays a little bit smaller and is looking to sort of what's the pathway to playing larger. I think this tip is going to help you too, player. So get ready. There's a lot of great things coming your way with this tip, but I don't want to use it all up by chattering away. So let's just now sit back, relax, and enjoy Matt Besser.
Hi, my name is Matt Besser from Improv for Humans. My tip is always be grounding. ABG, not always be closing, always be grounding. Because if you're grounding a scene in reality, then I think, to me as a viewer, it's more enjoyable. I don't want to just watch pure absurdity and silliness, but I want it to be grounded in a reality that I can relate to as a viewer. So when we're heightening and making a big choice, possibly absurd choice, which is great, encouraged. Silliness is great and awesome, but we don't want only that. We want at some point that silliness, absurd choice, heightened choice to be explored, justified, grounded, and put into a reality that makes it something that, I don't know, you could script and write into a sketch, see on television. I think you don't see stuff that's just completely silly and absurd put into written form, because at the end of the day, it's not relatable. I think the best written comedy is comedy that is relatable. And if it's relatable, it means it's grounded in our reality. If we want that kind of comedy, that needs to be part of the goal of our improv. But also the good news is not everybody on the team needs to be doing that. It's like basketball, not everybody needs to have a 3-point shot, but at least one person, You know, it'd be great if everyone had their eye on that, but it's always great if someone's role is like, I'm going to keep everything. The energy of heightening is much easier to come by than the energy of grounding. I don't want to think of it as the bummer though either, because I think finding the logic for the silliness is a lot of the fun, and a lot of the comedy is finding the logic for the silliness. That is the exploration. That is the justification. And sometimes not everyone's doing that. But as long as at least one person is doing that, as the host of Improv for Humans, I feel it's my responsibility almost as a point guard that brings the ball down the court. It's kind of running the offense. I kind of look at versus a shooting guard who's just making choices. Maybe the point guard is looking at the whole offense more. So I believe that needs to be in every group. At least someone is making an effort to ground the scene.
Hey friends, thanks for checking out the video. And if you want to hear a little bit more, check out one of these 2 quality videos. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe and follow us on social media. All the links are in the description down below. And let me know what you would like to see an improv tip about. Thanks for watching.